Hey, this is going to be a video regarding two of my personal encounters with what I believe to be some form of shapeshifters. So, I chose the background from Supernatural, as you can see here, the TV show Supernatural. So, there were two encounters that I'll be discussing. The first one was I encountered was while my mama was in the hospital the first time this year in February. And there was this couple that was on the top balcony not balcony, but the top floor of the car garage, and they appeared to be doing things, but then you could see them change shape and form, and I captured it on camera. And one of them just seemingly like their face opened up, and then there was an evil smile, and the camera captured it, and they looked over at me and deviously smiled and waved directly into my window, the window of the room we were in at the hospital. And it was a very strange encounter. And the night before that had happened, I saw a very large Reaper-looking figure that was as tall as the balcony at the just behind the hospital. It was as tall as the balconies behind the apartments. In front of the apartments at the hospital. And it was a shadow Reaper figure walking back and forth, back and forth. Actually, I guess there's three encounters in this video, but one of which was not a shapeshifter. It was just a shadow figure that looked like a Reaper. Back to the second encounter I'm going to discuss. I have video and photo evidence of the first encounter I'm talking about, and I'm going to share it from my S9 when I find my S9. I've lost it somewhere in here, either in the truck or the house. I'll have to look. But there was a second encounter that we had at Walmart. I was about to get my parents' medicine at the pharmacy, and we were in the parking lot waiting for it to be ready, and suddenly Mama and I saw this person walking upon us from the distance, and we both thought, what the heck? They look rough. And it looked like a bearded, like a very scruffy, very, very freaky looking person. Their face looked like it was covered in hair, but they looked like it was like a bearded figure, like a bearded person, very, very rough looking, to say the least. And they were walking up the parking lot toward the store, right toward our truck. And I'm looking at them, and Mama is looking at them. We're like, wait a minute. This person is... Wait, and Mama said, is that a guy or a girl? And I said, that's a girl. I'm thinking, now it is. I said, did you see what I saw? And she did. We both saw it shift from this figure of a very hairy-faced, very, for lack of better words, very scruffy, like very roughneck individual into this Native American Indian girl with long hair. I was like, what? The person was walking from the distance, and some sort of a garment fell off of them. It come off of them as they were shifting form. And it gave both of us chills. As the person was walking upon us in the store parking lot, there they were, this roughneck, this very scruffy, roughneck kind of, just very rough individual. And then they start, their face is hairy, and then all of a sudden they change back and forth as they're walking toward us. And when they get upon us, it's a young woman, a young Native American Indian woman. They had shapeshifted from that male figure into that female. Right there in front of our eyes, right there as they're walking by the right side of our truck. And they just go on into the Walmart. Just like it's just an ordinary day in the neighborhood. But that was really, those were 2 encounters. The third I'm talking about was the Reaper figure. But those were 2 encounters that I had. And some of these things seem to follow me, and they seem to particularly try to target me. And the fact that that couple looked at me, smiled creepily, and waved at me from all the way in the top balcony of that car garage and looked at me. And then this other encounter, that woman, the shapeshifter, that was a guy, then it was a woman. It went from a guy to a girl. Oh, man, I don't know. This world has got some things that people would have a very difficult time comprehending. There's a whole lot more to everything than what meets the eyes. People just don't know. Anyway, there's a lot going on in our life. A whole lot of things that are very, very difficult, so I'll talk about that in another video. That's not what this is about. Just, if you can, show your support. Please show your support. And also, just feel free to share this video with others, leave a like, and share your own encounters, because this is a place where you should be able to feel free to share your own personal experience, free from bias, free from fear of worrying what people will think. Share your own personal experiences, because this is an open platform here. My channel, you can share whatever, because I've had my own personal crazy encounters, so nothing's out of the question. But I saw what I saw. We both did, and it was really it was something. I'm telling you. And we decided to drive off and see what was over there, and it was some kind of a red bandana that had fallen. They didn't even go back to pick it up. The garment had fallen off of them as they were shifting, and they didn't even bother to go get it. So those are just some of my personal encounters with shapeshifters, and I've seen many of them, but that's just a few, or a couple. That's just some right there. Thank you for watching this video. Like I stated, like, share, subscribe if you have not. And don't forget to share your own personal experiences in the comment section below. And also utilize those links, because times are difficult and we could definitely use the support. I love you all, and thank you for watching this video.